emergency management. They do have the funds allocated under that category, which that's getting close to expending all the emergency management funds. It's just an iPad walkthrough. The COG, GrantWorks has approved it. It's CDW.
I'll make a motion, we approve the purchase of the Apple iPad with the ARPA funds in the amount of $2,278.95. Allow the judge's signature.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. Item J, discussing possible action to engage outside counsel and or consultant to negotiate any abatement agreements on behalf of Robertson County. So before we start, I just wanted to make a statement. Just due to the rapid growth and complexity of green energy projects, we are facing legal, regulatory, and technical challenges that exceed current in-house capacity of our legal team. Met with our legal, so that's probably in our best interest to get an outside firm to take a look at these, even though they still will review them. There's so many complex issues, contracts, land considerations, and long-term financial and infrastructure impacts that they recommend we do go outside counsel. We've looked, there's been several, Haley and Olson, which Milam County and Freestone County use. We talked to local counsel. We've got a firm out of Houston that does all that energy litigation, Freeman. So we've reached out to some and we have found one that I'll nominate, or Mr. Rampy may nominate, but any questions on going outside to take a look at these?
This one that you do outside, this what he does all the time, this is what he does?
That's what they do.
Okay.
Would it require a bid, Judge, or is it professional service that we need?
It's a
an
professional
exemption-
service.
An exemption on
Yeah. And I think it'd be below
the threshold?
we go by project, or, they're gonna take a look at, agree to take a look at existing, and any new developments.
Well, this stuff is moving forward so fast, and the state of Texas has put the welcome mat out across the United States, or actually across the globe, for people to come to Texas and build solar farms, and to build battery storage facilities, and to build, data centers. And so, but the regulations are not caught up to the speed that it's going. So we're trying to get some help to help, you know, what regulations can we put in place to protect our citizens? Because it's growing so fast, we don't wanna be overrun with it without having something that we have some, understanding or some teeth in to be able to help, so.
These
I
kind of
think it's a
guys
good idea, so.
be able to put teeth in behind some things, and they'll be able to, have insight on things that we wouldn't normally would have had to begin with. There's things that new to all this, and I agree that there's a lot that needs to be learned about it. And this, someone like this could have done, however many they've ever done, would definitely have more insight than anyone around here would. So I think it'd be good to move forward and try to, whether we end up using anyone or not for anything, I still think it's in the best interest to have someone informing us that knows more about it than we do.
So the firm that I think I wanna nominate is Capex Resources Group. They're out of Frisco. They've done they work with Bell County and Bosque County, and then Young County, Zapata County, Zavala County, and doing work with Hempstead, with the city of Hempstead. But I think, had a good conversation with them, and I think they could come in and change the scope of what we're doing to put the protections in place that we need to address everything from neighboring landowners to the county itself, so.
Yeah, there was, especially with road uses, agreements and so forth, you know, where, you can hold their feet to the fire to take care of whatever damage they do.
I know Mr. Greg Gill doesn't like abatements, but I think you're on board with getting a group like this to negotiate on our behalf, or.
I think it's a good idea to have a firm, because a lot of times you use the tax abatements to get the company's attention. You know, they want a tax abatement, so then therefore you get a road use agreement out of them. I like to see where we get a road use agreement out of them without a tax abatement, because if they're using our roads and they're tearing them up, they should be taking care of them, not our taxpayers. So I'd like to see what this law firm has to say, what teeth can we do? You know, I don't want it just be based on, well, you have to do a tax abatement to get this. Do we have the authority to do? No, we're gonna enforce our road use agreement regardless if we give you a tax abatement. You're gonna take care of this, but we're, you know, and if the court still decides to move forward with the tax abatement with them to entice them to come here or to, you know, to build here, if they bring enough to the table, then I'm okay with that. You know, y'all know I don't support tax abatements, but I just wanna make sure that our tax people, our citizens, are protected the best that they can be protected with the amount of growth that these things are bringing and the amount of heavy traffic that they're bringing to the county, so.
I'd like to proceed.
Toolbox.
Yeah, I'd like to proceed with Capex Resources Group. I'd like to nominate them to, for us to engage their services.
Against the motion, Judge?
Yeah.
It's a motion. I would second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. And that is Capex Resources Group. You can find them online, and they do have some experience with, some of the ones we're dealing with now. I think that's a good choice, that puts Robertson County in a good position going forward. All right, item K, discuss and take action to allow county judge to DocuSign the GLO contract number 220-130-101 for the Community Development Block Grant Local Hazard Mitigation Planning Program. Mr. Huggins has been working on that hazard mitigation program. If you want to, you can remind the court of what that's gonna cover.
That's the hazard mitigation plan that FEMA requires all counties to have and cities. And since emergency management, all the cities fall under us anyway. It's just basically a hazard mitigation plan in short term is anything and everything that you have pointed out that you could do